Hi, it's Lauren. Welcome to my craft room. I'm so excited to finally be back with a color and chat video. This month I'm going to be using Lawn Fawn's Berry Rainy Day stamp set. Here are the four images that I have stamped in my Sassy Club Onyx Black ink, and here are my coloring guides. So, as you may have known from checking out my other videos recently or following me on Instagram, I have jumped into using Ohuhu markers. So I'm going to be focusing on making coloring guides for those markers, at least for a bit here as I'm experimenting and learning more with them. So I am going to just jump in and start explaining my coloring. So for my greens, I'm using GY3 and GY4. So all my color combinations this time for the coloring guide is just using two shades, a darker and a lighter. Just trying to keep it really simple. I think these markers are perfect for people who are just getting into coloring and even seasoned colorists, or like me, I consider myself to be a pretty average, a pretty good colorer. I'm pretty good at coloring. So I just really liked how easy they were to use. I really like the Honolulu series, which has a brush and chisel or a brush and nib. I prefer brush and nib, so that is going to be mostly what I'm using for my coloring. I did add some cute little pink cheeks to my frog. That was with R23, and that's the same color of red and pink that I'm going to use for all the images. For my cloud, I'm using actually only one color, the CG200, and I created my kind of like shadow around my whole cloud because I want it to be a slightly gray rain cloud. And then I use my blender to completely cover in that whole cloud and to kind of spread out some of that color. And then I'm going to go ahead and let it dry for a minute so that blender clear alcohol ink will, finish soaking into the paper and dry out a bit while I move over to my puddle. And my puddle is using BG68 and BG4. So 68 is the darker color and 4 is my lighter. And just kind of creating a nice puddle with a little bit of ripples kind of feel to it. I wanted it to look more than just a flat puddle. And then finally, I did come back with the CG200 and add a little bit more shadow to my cloud, just in a few spots. Now that those three images are done, I have my white gel pen and I'm just going to be adding in some small subtle highlights. Obviously the cloud is not terribly visible, but I did add them to my frog's cheeks and in different areas where I think the white little dots would look nice, basically. There really is no rhyme or reason to how I add highlights. I just kind of go with what I think would look nice. So now we're going to go to our bear. The bear is definitely the most colors and the most complicated out of all of the images. Again, I'm doing two tones for all of my colors. So for the red, which is more kind of like a pinky red, I'm using R5 as the darkest and R23 as my lighter tone. And then for the orange, it's Y10 and Y4. Yellow is Y2 and Y1. Green is GY3, and I have a little typo on my guide. It's supposed to say GY4. It's the same colors as the frog, so sorry about that, but it is the same as the other guide. And then my blue is PB9 and BG68, and my bears browns are E310 and E170. I'm going to add a little bit more to his snout, and so I will grab E210, and this is a lighter color, and it's just going to help lighten up his snout so it stands out a little more and doesn't get too lost on its little face. So as I'm coloring, I guess it's been a while since I've had a little color and chat here on my channel. So how are you? I hope everyone had a wonderful holiday season. Mine got a little crazy. We not only, have 2 weeks off for school, my daughter does. I don't, but my daughter does. We traveled to Florida to visit my family, which was really great. Even my family from Iowa, we all just like met in Florida to spend some time together for the new year. We did go to Disney World and Epcot one of the days, and that was insanely fun and so cool. It was a Christmas present from my grandparents, and we just are so grateful for the day. And let's see what else we done. Oh, I also had a leak in my kitchen, so that was exciting. Still dealing with the outcome of that. There's a drywall being changed out and new cabinets going in, so it's been really fun eating out way too much, especially after the holidays when you're trying to, feel a little less bloated. But you know what? It is what it is. Grateful that I have a home and I will soon have a kitchen again. Not that I spend much time in it, but just looking forward to having a kitchen sink again. That's been really tough. Well, what else? I have some exciting design team news. As you may have known by now, I joined the Pretty Pink Posh video and design team, and I'm also back with Kindred Stamps, which I'm so excited about. I was with them for a short time. Was it 2 years ago? Yeah, I think it was the beginning of 2020, and I'm so excited to be back. I absolutely love pop culture stamps, as you know, and Kindred is one of my favorites. So, really excited to be on their design team again. So, definitely a little busy bee, but I am enjoying working with companies that I just love, and I think they're really personable, and it's a lot of fun to be a part on the design side of companies. So I hope I can bring you lots of inspiration this year, and make sure to let me know if there's a specific stamp set you'd like to see for a future color and chat, especially for the ones I help with. Design team work with like Pretty Pink Posh, Kindred, Stamps, Hefty Doodle, Scrapbook.com. I know they don't have as much coloring stuff, but if there's something from Scrapbook.com that you'd like to see in the future. And then not that the Sassy Club has a design team, like an official design team, but I do my best to create samples for Sandra from the Sassy Club as well. So just let me know in the comments if there's ever a certain character or image that you'd like to see in the future, or maybe just like a generic animal, like you really like frogs and would like to see more frogs or flamingos or whatever, because I'm always looking for ideas. And if I start getting more requests, I will definitely consider even making more than one color and chat video a month. They are a little time consuming because not only do I have to figure out color combinations, I also make the guides, and then I also record myself filming from the guide, and then I also like to make a sample project with my guide. So I love making them because they're helpful not only for me in the future, but I know a lot of people, especially on Instagram, really like the coloring guides. So I do enjoy making them to help other crafters out there. So, long story short, and after I've said all that, just let me know in the comments if you have any suggestions for future videos. I would really love to know because I want to color what will be helpful to you. So now it's January. I can't believe this month is like already half over. We just started. When this video airs, I will actually be in Portland, which is exciting for the Kindred Stamps retreat. I definitely overpacked when I went last time, so I'm going to be focusing on just bringing some stamp sets to color and my markers. So hopefully, I can just get a bunch of coloring done for Kindred Stamps and be able to make some cards quicker in the future. Okay, so back to the coloring. Like I said, I use E210 to just lighten up my bear's little snout. I use R23 to add some pink cheeks, and CG2 to color in the umbrella part. What is that? Probably called the pole or shaft of the umbrella. But anyway, I colored it in with this nice gray to give it a silver look. And then just like my other images, I grabbed my white gel pen and just adding some highlights. I always do the cheeks, and I generally do the top edges of my images and sides of my images, anywhere where I think a light source would hit and add a little bit of highlight or sparkle to my images. So as I wrap this up, my Stamp set does have a coordinating die. I don't have it, so I'm going to use my scan and cut. Well, I did use my scan and cut to create a sample card. So let me zoom back out. Here are those sweet little images. I did in my sample card stamp other images, but they're using all the same colors and kind of techniques that I showed here. So here is my sample card. It says, "Hooray, make a splash." The make a splash has some holographic embossing powder just so it's a little extra shiny. And I also stenciled on some raindrops using the pearl stencil paste from Lawn Fawn. The hooray and overall sentiment of the card is inspired for the latest Lawn Fanatics challenge. I think it's like a congratulations card. So I hope you enjoyed this video and that this coloring guide is useful for you. You can head over to my blog to be able to save the images, and you can also find them on Instagram and you can save them there as well. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you'll click like, and if you're new here, I hope you'll subscribe and come back. As always, you can find everything I use down below in the description box. Thank you and have a wonderful day. Bye!